Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to FX. I'm going to do some analyze of last year, starting I think probably start of October. That's going way back. I can't really tell what's going to happen next, but like I said, I'm going to analyze every bit. See, I'm going to go for like I say, probably a week or 2 weeks from now. So let's see how it's going to play out and show you where I'm going to put buy and sell. Okay, let's see this one. That's Asian, as you all know this. Then it'd be London, there'd be New York. And I'll mostly trade on London. It's quite easy to trade in London because it's a fake move. Right after that, you know it's gonna go right your way. So maximum target I will be 30 pips. If I'm not confident enough, I'll probably go for 20 pips. And I'll just try 20 pips on these ones. See how it goes. Right, let's see how it's gonna play. So it's in the going bottom. It's just messing about in neutral. Finally, it's gone high up on the Asian. Now, this is the fake move. So I'm going to have to see how far it's going to go. Then you start off the London session. London session started right about through about mid London session. I want to see how it's going to work. As you can see, that it hadn't made a lot of movements yet. So I'm still going to wait until I put my trade. So London session wasn't that good because it didn't really move quite a lot, probably 15 pips or maybe 20 pips max, but it didn't really go according to where I want to go. But my as is all I know, the trend line is on sell, so I'm just going to wait until reach high. Then New York probably can drop down. If not, it's still going to be on a buy. Right, so my indication would be buy from here. So I would go 20 pips buy on this. 20 pips buy on this and 20 pips stop loss. Right, let's see how this is going to play. And we hit our TP in the New York session. Okay, let's see. That's our first TP. Let's see how it's going to play. We there go past. Like I said, it could be 30 pips. As you can see, this would have been more than 30 pips, maybe 40 pips. But like I said, I'm secure with 20 pips. I'm happy with that. My strategy is do 5 trade, 20 pips, 100 pips a day, and that will probably give you what I wanted. Right, the agent session is forming next day, which is for the 4th of October. That's Tuesday. You've got to bear in mind, Thursday and Friday will be a bit different compared to what my strategy works. So I've got to be careful on Thursday and Friday. So it's not reverse the day. That's quite massive movements on these. Okay, now it's gone through type 1. So what tells me is I'm going to wait for it to formation on the London session, see what it does. London session. Right, London session's done really well. From my understanding, that'd be a sell from here. So like I say, I'm going to go 20 pips again. And then 20 pips goes high up again. Right, let's see how it's going to play. And it's gone more than 20 pips, it's 30 pips. So TP done on this one again. So let's wait for the next day. So 2 TP so far. Like I said, I could have gone 30 pips, but like I said, I'm playing secure. So that's just 20 pips for me so far. It's all about the entry point. You have to visualize your entry point. And when you start breaking, you know it's going to go your way. If it doesn't go your way, that's not your day. So don't worry about it. You can always carry on next day. Right, so this is the agent session. It's quite concentrating on the neutral point, so you can't really say much until it's formation on the London session. So let's see what London session does. Right, London session is here. It's high up. So it hasn't given me any sort of indication. Let's see if we break that down. It hasn't. So there you go. So give me an indication that's broken down. So I'll go sell on this. So if it doesn't, so 20 pip again on this one. And 20 pip high up again. Sometimes there you go. Sometimes it doesn't go your way, but like I said, 20 pips, I'm done with that. So it's all vital about the entry point. You got to understand your entry point has to be the vital point. Right. So 30 piece so far. Let's move on. Like I said, it could be 30 pips. If you can see this, additional additional 30 pips. So you're talking about 60 pips or maybe 50 pips altogether. Yeah, if you, like I said, if you are willing to take a risk, you could always go TP1 or TP2. TP1 that's your 15 pips, that will guarantee to hit, and then wait for the second TP as 30 pips. Sometimes it will flow your way, sometimes it doesn't. But like I said, when it goes over 20 pips, I normally use my entry point, stop loss towards my entry point, or maybe 5-10 pips extra just to be on the safe side. Right, let's see the other one. That's close end of the session. Then it's gonna start formation of the edging session. See how it's gonna play. Let's bring that a bit down. There you go. So edging session high up. So the indication is for sell. I'm just gonna wait for the lancers to play out, see how they're gonna play, see if they're gonna fill out the liquidity point. Okay. Right, that's the point there. Now all I can know that it's gone higher to a lower. So that's just indication you're probably gonna go drop down and go high up. If not, it's gonna break down and go down. So let's wait for the indication. So far, nothing been changed. But there you go. So your entry point would be this one here. So your entry point is this one here. So I've got 20 pips again, and 20 pips stop loss. Let's see how this is going to play. And there you go, hit your TP again. So 20 pip would be your least that you can expect, and it always happens, like I said. So far, I've hit about 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got 4 TP so far in 4 days in a row. Yeah, so that's not too bad. So you can collect, like I said, 100 pips a day with this strategy. So far as we're good at the moment. Like I say, you can always go 30 pip, but that's all about taking risk. Your 20 pip is secure to secure that, to close it. You can go further down, that's bonus. So that's be another look. If you look at this one, the 20 pips is done. That's another 20 pips on top of that. So that's 40 pips altogether. But let's see what's further down. I would have been happy with 60 pips, but like I say, it's all about how much risk you want to put in. So that's the end of the day. Next day, we start with a agent session. And there's one more thing to understand is if it's high up from here. Now the following thing going to be, is it going to carry on as a lower trend, or is it going to break trend and go bullish? That's the question. But like I said, it always depends on these candles here. So let's see what's the other candle. So agent sessions down below. Okay, well, that's quite a giveaway. Higher to a lower, then higher, then lower. Okay, so that's capitalize that. Let's wait for the London session to start. Okay, London session. As you know that this come down as a type 1. So what type 1 means? It will, if it breaks the trend, it will go down for buy. If it breaks the lower low of the agent session, it's going to go for buy. If it doesn't, then it has to go sell. So we're just going to have to wait for that. So this so far is created London session. Let's see what it does now. So I'm just going to wait for my move. Nothing so far yet. There you go. So my move is going to be one more trade. Let's see. Hasn't done much. And there you go. So it's going to be my buy. So this be a buy. See 20 pips. And 20 pips stop loss. Right. Sometimes, like I say, it doesn't go your way. It doesn't go your way. So hit your stop loss. That's fine. But like I say, it has to go on a buy. The reason that is the trend line's got to drop down. It has to go on a buy. If you had put a trade here, it would have been 40 pips already. But like I said, it's all about securing your trade and know when to give away. So that's 20 pips stop loss. But if you follow the trend, it was still going in to a point and has dropped down even more. So on a stop loss, put that stop loss one here. And now, so what I've done is gone higher up London session and dropped down. It couldn't really clear the top of the agent session. That's the first give away. I normally use wait for the cross the top high of the agent session, but since it hasn't done it, I'll just go take the stop loss. Right, let's move to the next one. There you go, start off this one. Initiation filling up completely. Now look at this, it's gone high to low. Yeah, so what that indicates, same as usual. When you go high, it has to go, when you go low, it has to go high. So that's the end of the start of the London session. Now what we do is we go sell for this. It's a very clearly giveaway. So 20 pips on that one. And 20 pips stop loss. And there you go, hit your TP again. Yeah. So this is what it's all about, knowing when to enter. I just messed it up a little bit here. Also, I waited till we clear the height of the Asian session, but I didn't wait. I was very, very eager to get that in, but like it always happens. So you learn from that. So next time I'm not going to do it. As you learn, it's a learning process, right? So you always learn with this one. So he did TP on this one. Let's move into the next one. I cannot tell you what's going to happen next. It's all about following how much trend's following up. That's exactly what it is. And it's going to go further down. The trend is low. Look, it's crossed that. So the cross that is to be low. So it goes back up and drop down. So in the initial phase, what's going to happen is whenever a trend is going down, you'll try to go up again to come back down. And that's your straight point. You're going to stand there. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. My accuracy is normally 85%. So give or take 85% is quite a lot of I would say not everyone would be liable to that. So that's quite a good percentage. Let's see how this goes. The Asian session filled up. Let's trigger that a little bit higher. Right, so you got to understand this is always got a neutral point. So neutral point, there's higher point, and then it's a lower point. Lower point is here, so high up. So let the London session play, see how it's going to work. So far, I've got nothing at the moment. I'm not going to put any trade. Now it's going to be same again. If I can think about it, I can wait for you to go further up from here and break, or you can go 20 pips from here. So let's take the risk again. It didn't work out first time. Let's see if it's going to work second time. See, same mistake again. So like I say, we cannot, I've done the same mistake again. So that's repeated again. So my fault is I did not wait for you to clear the height of the session. So let's drop down and give me stop losses. So that's me stop loss again. So that's how I learned. So I made two mistakes, same mistakes I made. That's a habit. So now I'm going to be more aware and not put that trade on again. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. We'll have to give it a little chance. Let it come back down. My entry point was absolutely crap. So I could have waited till it dropped down. So it wasn't good enough. Yeah, so it would have been, if I had put an entry point somewhere here, or maybe somewhere here, would have given me my TP. But I was very eager to get in. And that's always with the traders. We're always trying to risk everything in. And if I had waited a bit longer and put my trade here, that's entry point, I wouldn't hit TP. So even though if I had 30 pips stop loss, it would have slightly not crossed it, but it would go up. But I'll see if it goes 30 pips. And 30 pips, look, as you can see, that 30 pips have been really done. So sometimes 30 pips stop loss is quite genuine to put in, because market will usually move about 30 pips to go lower than go higher. And that's just from the neutral point. It always works out there. It works out of the way. Right, let's work for the next one. Going high up in the more. So that's over 50 pips. So I made a little mistake, but I knew the trend was going to be there anyway. Usually when I put a trade, it's always going to go 30 pips stop loss to 30 pips to 50 pips TP. So I'm secure. And what's good about that is my trades are really good. The reason that is, let's just say, if I got a buy from here and I got 30 pips on there, it will always go back to your neutral point where it gives you option if you want to close or if you want to buy. Let's say if you went to buy from here and it can't drop down and nearly close your stop loss, then goes up again, give you option to close your trade. If you don't want to close it, let it go, goes back up again. And let's just say it didn't hit your TP, what it does, it will always come back to your neutral point again. So I'll give you another option to say you want to carry on, you want to close your trade, what do you want to do? So it always gives you about a couple, maybe more than a couple chances to let you close or start with a new entry point, which is quite nice. That's what I don't usually hit my stop losses, because if I don't fancy going for further trade, I'll just close my trade on my entry point. And like I say, give you a lot of chances to do that. Let's move into the next one. See what this does. I hire from the agent, and then we'll try to go lower. So that's the agent box is complete now. It's a London box. So this one does. Quite tricky. He hasn't had any sort of formulation. So let's just wait for it to make a certain move. Just wanting to make it break, you know, that's what he's. When you have the long consolidation, it's always going to come back with a bang. If it's a good day, it always come back with a bang, right? So I'm just going to wait for it to break. It hasn't given me any understanding. For this trend, it's always going to be a sell trend. That's all I know. This is going to be sell trend, but it probably will go further high up before dropping down. That's always happens. So what's what this one does now? So high up, and drop down. So then you start this and it will drop down. So it's not, it's quite, I wouldn't say complicated, just not natural to trade on these because so much consolidating on this one. So I will not trade on these because it hasn't gone down or hasn't gone up. So this is your neutral point. It hasn't done any of that bit. So I'll just stay at ease. So I will not trade on this one. So no trade on this. But let's for the next one. You can't just get in a trade and see what's it going to be, because like I said, I could use the go on this, just go sell from here and take that 20 or 30 pips on there. I can have about 30 pips, but then if you don't do the auto blocks and stuff like that, it doesn't help you do that in future. So you probably are gambling in that case. You're going 50-50 and then you just want to 50-50 usually works with the luck. But if you want to purely use your luck with the Forex, it doesn't go in long run because you most likely to blow all your money because luck might be here today, might be here tomorrow, but third day or fourth day, you probably wipe out all your credit, all your chances of winning. So let's just wait for another day. So you understand this? It's just the consolidating since yesterday, so it hasn't made a massive move or break. So it doesn't seem to be moving quite a lot. It's just going the same bit. See what it does in the London. But London's give me a little chance to understand. It hasn't done much of favor. Still the same. Now it's giving me a chance to break, so I'm going to go buy now here. So buy is 20 pips. 20 pips stop loss. Bear in mind, I'm just trying to go minimum. My maximum is 30 pips. So it's going to be, oh, wow, the news messed it up completely. Wow, the news messed it up completely. That is just one bad day. And the news of the candle destroyed it. I didn't even check the news. That's about 80, 90 pips in candle in 5 minutes. That's maximum. That's really, really good. What I was going to say to you earlier was, and this is what's going to start, right? Let's take this off for a second. When there's a massive consolidating, right, I've said about ranging formation, and you can see this been happening for like quite a lot, and it's going the same phase. And I did say it's going to break massively, which it did here with the news. Above the news, it broke down really badly because it's going to consolidating for over the days, a couple of days, but it has to break. So the pending order taken by the buy is going to take everyone down, simple everyone down, because you realize that there are a lot of buy pending orders, then they sell, so they're taking everything down. So that's what happens. So that's another course of this. Well, let's see what's happening next. Next day. There are certain rules and regulations you got to follow it. I got about 10 rules. Each and every rules I need to go through before I put a trade. Now I'm just doing this by just doing fast forward. But if I had to take a trade, I have to think at least, go through all these rules, 10 of the rules before I can put a trade in. And sometimes what it does is if I go around to rule number 7, and if the 8 doesn't seem to pair and 7 is still there. 1 to 7 stop is there. I still wouldn't trade. The reason that is it hasn't given me the 10 confirmation that I need to go in the market. So I'll just hold back. And that's the best thing to do, because sometimes you hold back is for good thing. Sometimes you don't hold back and you get in, you hit stop loss, that's fine. But if you hit profit, that's all down to luck, simple luck, because you have to follow all your patterns. So let's see what's going to happen next. But London session had just come between that, so that's the neutral point. See if that breaks it. If not, it breaks the higher high. It depends on that. So there you go. So I can go sell on these ones. But once again, I'm breaking my. So there you go. See if that works. So the HOTP and gone further up. So that's the same formation I did earlier. Twice I did that and hit my stop loss. Once I try again and hit my TP. So once again, do not try this. Very, very bad thing to do. I just have to wait to break this down and see how far it goes down. And it wasn't too good. Let's see if it goes down further down. It has gone further down, then goes up. So it would have been cleared TP anyway, so that's not too bad. Even I waited here, would have been good TP anyway. You go further up, then it comes back down. So it would be good profit. So that's good profit in there. I used to do a lot of I used to draw quite a lot of line, but now I can just by understanding the trade, understanding the chart, then I can know exactly what I'm going to do. So far, not too bad. Like I said, I'll have to go through the 10 of my rules before I can go and trade, but now I'm just going fast forward, just making sure that how good I get with this one. And back in days, I used to put 10 trades, and I used to get say about 8 trades right TP, and then 2 trades to be messing about. And by the time it goes to New York, it'll probably go in profit. I'll just go below the stop loss. It always depends, but then I'll be happy with taking 8 TP and 2 stop losses. But what he does with the 10 trades is he holds your money. Sometimes if 10 of your trades doesn't hit your TP and it still goes below stop, it still goes around the stop losses, you are in the margin for collapse. So you don't want to do that. If you've got a big account, you can hold it, but a small account, it's quite difficult to get on. So let's see what it does now. Okay, you got the higher formation in there, and then London's dropping down slowly. Let's just see what it does. I'm thinking I'm going to go buy, but let's see how it goes. 1 second. You break this certain high, look for buy. If not, just have to wait for it to sell. No, it hasn't done that, any of that. So massive consolidating. And then see, okay, go buy. There's a buy signal for you, my friend. I'll say buy earlier, and it's going to be a buy. So go 20 pips on this, and 20 pips on this. Let's see. There you go, hit your TP. Yeah, so that's your TP done as well. So that's how I hit my TP. It's not that hard to get. Once you break down, it's very easy to understand how trend. It's going to come back down a little bit just to give you the pending orders. Let's get all the pendings are rolling for the sell, and a bang buy. That means you're taking out a lot of people out. So that's how you understand. So now you've got to understand how you're going to take a trade on these ones. So it's quite impossible to get a trade just by understanding the candlestick. How you see, it's open the margin. Margin is quite high, so let's see it's going to hold it to margin. It's just easy to get into these trades, but now you understand. Look how easy it is to understand. You got final come to end of the agencies and higher, and if you go further higher, if it makes type 1, it drops down, you have to sell, and that's why I see it. Okay, let's see this. Now you see this. Look, London session is always going to be a combo bang with a big move, and just to take out a lot of pending orders. And now see how far it's going to go down. It's going to be down again. Okay, that's my indication. Like I said, I waited. I could have gone sell from here, but I waited. The reason that is it took me down twice already. I don't want to take risky out, so I'm just going to wait, see how it goes. But look, if I had taken it down, we're having a big mistake so far because it's still going high up. So it's still big consolidating. I want to take a trade on these ones. So wait for the London's new session. And they got my indication for the buy. I can tell it's going to be buy or sell. Like I can really tell at the end. I know it's going to be buy or sell. It's all about getting in, and but it's a chance of taking that would be still 50-50 on unless you see the conflation. It's all about taking the risk, but don't take too much risk so you don't blow your account. And it's always going to be the same. So still, this is quite risky. The reason that is, I'll tell you why, because it hasn't crossed that bit. It would still go further up high as a buy, but it would look, I told you it's going to go further as a buy, but it's a risk chance of coming back down. So this is why I will not take a trade because it did go further up, but then it didn't really cross the. If you have candlestick, it hasn't given you any clear indication. You got first leg, second leg, bang, drop down, right? So that's why I did not take that trade because he hasn't done that justice and come back further down. So this trade is a very risky trade. If you got some sort of consolidating middle, it's very risky trade. So good thing I didn't take a trade. Right, let's move into the next one. But my train, like I said, it was going for sale anyway. Look, my train, the train is here. Would have been. It's all about waiting to go high up. Even though if I got a trade down here, and I'll tell you why. Look, if I got a trade up here, and I got 20, say 30 pips on these ones, and I got 30 pips on this one, I would have made good profit. Look, the entry point about 30 pips, even if it goes to 20 pips minus, you still come back down following first and second M. But like I said, it's all about knowing where trend is going to go. I can use the trend line. I know where exactly it's going to go, but it's all about waiting game, how high it's going to go to drop that back down. Yeah, so right, let's watch for the next one. We've gone on 18th of October now, going towards the 19th of October. It's quite easy to understand where the trend's going to go, but it's all about waiting. It's all about waiting game once you get these confluences. So now this is the typical order to understand. You got higher coming from top, dropping down. So what I usually do with this is I've got a couple more strategies that I normally use it, and I'll say you what, because ABCD, right? ABCD is quite it's very understanding. Like if you ever use ABCD, trust me, you will make good money out of those ones. That's why it's ABCD. So anyway, it's fantastic. If you haven't used it, I use this for sometimes. If I get bored, I try use and see how much percent I get right. And still in the process to understand how far will I get with this. So now let's for the C there. Goes up. It'll still be going for the buy there. Right. Now if I must show you, look what I've done. You got A point, B point, C point gone high up towards the D, and it's dropped down towards the E. See what I mean? It's anyway, it's fantastic if you know the trend. And I know I draw all these trends by using the neutral point, high of the Asian, low of the. It works so well. It just gives you the idea how far it's gonna go, how drops are gonna go. Sometimes you can't really find where your stop loss gonna be, and this will help you massively. And that's why I trade with the ABCD sometimes. It's very easy. Right. Still, it hasn't. So basically, my entry point would have been somewhere here to go. Let's see. And yeah, it's been perfectly done. Would have been perfectly done. Now watch this. This is scary. Look, I did A, B, C, D before I drew it. A, B was here. C, D is here. Now look at E. Wow, that's scary. So like I said, my entry point would have been here. My entry point would have been here. But we're taking 30 pips. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Honestly, that's so beautiful. I just drew it before I knew it. So it's amazing. Sometimes it works out in your favor. Yeah, so A, B, C, D. A is zero going to be your point where you started. A is always going to be a buy. B always going to be a sell. C always going to be a buy. D always going to be a sell. And E is going to be your end point. Sometimes it goes towards the F. It goes high up. Yeah, so I don't wait till because by the time you see the F, it normally closes on the your New York session. I don't bother with that. So that's another useful thing. Right, let's roll it up. I'm just so scared about this one. See how quick, how nice this was. Right, let's start for next day. Seems to be all right next day. Way to go lower of the agent session and high of the agent session. What I used to do before that was whenever it used to go high of the agent session, I used to wait till it go high up, then sell it. But few times what it done is it done right opposite. It would go back down, just have a little pullback and go high up as a bullish and used to take everyone down. And I was like, oh, I would never want to do that. Then I came across the order block that helps me deal massively. Just let me know that when and where to stop and just draw a line that's going to help me to figure out if I want to go buy or short. It's very, very I can't tell you, that's an eye opener. Trust me. That's why most of my trades are 85% above because it's so fixated. I don't have to use anything else. Just draw a support line. That's it. That's what he does. Support line is mostly imaginary lines, but with this one, typically it works for you. So trend is your friend. Honestly, that works out fine. Well, let's see how we're gonna do this one. Right, this I will draw a trend already there. There you go. I'm gonna go buy on this one probably in a bit. Let's see how far it's gonna go. We're gonna go buy. Just wait for another candle. There you go. That's it. So go buy on this one. So you know when I've been trading for nearly 3 years, right? And sometimes it's so scary because sometimes what you predict it just happens right in front of your eyes, and it makes you think, "Wow, did I just read the chart really good?" And it's scary because it's so scary because when you know there's going to be a candle formation soon, just wait and wait and wait, and next thing you know, it's exact candle formation, and then you go for 20 pips, and it just hits your TP instantly within say half hour, and it's like, oh, thank God for that. So, like I said, I must have hit about 2 or 3 stop losses, but out of 10, 15 days, 3 stop losses is not too bad. If I trade, I'll give and take. If I trade in a week, so got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 trade, and even though 5 hit stop losses, I'm still in profit with 20 trades, and that's what I see. So it's very easy to understand if you know the market and the trend line where the trend follows. And like I said, the FXN Asian session indicator is amazing. It's all about finding out when to go up and down. So I'll tell you what, I come to understanding with this is what there's so many stuff outside YouTube, all that things. But if you start reading through all that, and sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. But what it does, however, is confuse even more. So I have not read any sort of other, any YouTubers or any sort of people to help me out. I just went do my investigation on these ones. I tried my strategy, researched it, see how I can make it better. And end of the day, if I come up with 85% to just to get my TP done, I'm happy with that. I don't even need to look into the liquidated market, anything like that. Just follow the candle line where you're gonna go. Next candle follows, bang, job done. So that's how I want to see. Just keep it simple. I believe mostly in simplicity than anything else. Because if you try to put more stuff into it, that's going to confuse them more, right? And an indicator is such a lag. Trust me, if you got EMAs and all sort of things, that's just a lag. It doesn't happen more often. It will tell you after say 15 minutes, 20 minutes, that's the market going to go down, and that's by the time you know it's gone down already. So I don't see a point unless you're on a long run or maybe on a long trade for like 2-3 days or maybe a week. That helps out. But if you are a scalper, don't use the EMAs. It will beat you. Honestly, it will blow your account. Honestly. But thank you so much for watching, and hope you'll enjoy it. If you want to join and have more question about it, please message me, or we can arrange a session. Well, guys, thank you so much for your help again. I appreciate it. Thank you.